Hi everyone, welcome back. I wanted to do a follow-up video. This is part two from the whole series, right? It's going to be a series of 3 parts to total of the Smile Direct Club review and my experience with them. So let's go ahead and get started, right? So the first part, I think I left off where I finished talking about my studio experience, how I went to the studio, and how I was treated, my experience there, all of that. All right, so let's go ahead and pick up from there. I did some notes. I have something on the side here so that I can read off, so it's a little bit easier for me to actually do that. Let me just move this aside as well. I have the box. We're going to talk about the box as well, real quick. All right, so when I left off, I told you that I went to the studio. Now, I did not, and I had this conversation with somebody else in the comments. If you read the comments on the previous video regarding not paying the whole sum. So, you guys, this is just a theory. Now, before I start, I want to also mention I'm not affiliated with them. I paid my own money out of pocket. I paid more than I should have paid. We're going to talk about it right now. So I'm not getting anything for this, right? I'm just giving you my honest and truthful review of my experience with this. I was terrified. I watched, I'm sure like any one of you watched all the other videos, and I was terrified what to expect, what's gonna come, are my teeth gonna be okay? So I was freaking out on the inside, right? So let's go ahead and get started. I do want to remind you again, if you did not watch it, I'm just going to give a little snapshot. I did not pay the total amount up front. Now, you do have an option. They do tell you this in advance, and they actually take your credit card when you come in. So they either take it right before you come in, or when you make an appointment, or when you're there. They take your credit card, and you guys, if you're not careful, they're gonna charge you. If you get approved for the plan, which usually you are, or at least maybe like 90%. I don't know what that percentage is, but if you get approved, and majority of people are approved, you're gonna get charged by them the next business day. Also, I heard. Now, I have this theory, you guys. I don't know if this theory is true, but it's one of the, conspiracy theories. If you have a different experience, please let me know, right? I'm curious. I can only assume because I don't have any proof. But again, this is what's in my head. This is what I'm assuming. So I went in with this, and again, if you pay right away, you pay. I think it right now is $1,950 if you pay up front altogether, and then they ship you all the items. I did not want to do that. I decided to go and pay the whole thing, which is $2,350 if I'm not mistaken. Now, could be foolish. Yes, it might be foolish. I agree with you, but again, when you think you're right, you're gonna own it. You're gonna go with it. You're gonna walk the line. So my theory is this: yes, I overpaid. I could have saved what, $400. I could have saved $400 if I paid up front. Now, that's if you pay in cash, right? You're only saving money if you have that cash in your bank account out of your debit card. You're pulling it up, and that's it. If you're paying with a credit card, or if you're paying with care credit, I think that's what it's called, care credit, which is like it's pretty much a credit card, but it has a huge APR, right? The interest rate is humongous. It's a robbery to even have that kind of APR, right? So the only time you're saving is if you're paying cash. If you're paying with a credit card, but you're paying only $19.50, right? It's not really $19.50, because if it's gonna take you time to pay that off, you're gonna get charged the interest rate unless you have this 0 APR, right? Which usually you don't unless it's like a new credit card. And the credit care is gonna be covering you with fees and interest rates. So at the end of the day, if you count how long it's going to take you to pay that off, you might actually pay those $400 extra anyways, but not directly to the Smile Direct Club, but to the credit card company. By the way, if you actually look at their credit agreement, you're not. I don't think you're really paying the Smile Direct Club. You actually, I think you are paying another credit card who's extending you those payments. So it doesn't really matter who you're paying. Again, unless you're paying cash. So, you guys, this is my theory. I figured that I would rather pay $400 extra. You know, you never know, inflation, you get a better job in a year, and those 400 are not going to matter to you, right? But I'm not on the hook. What I mean by that is, yes, you kind of are on the hook, but if there's an issue, if there's something wrong, if it doesn't fit, if they're at fault for whatever reasons, if you watch the videos, you know it happens. So I'm not taking any chance. If there is any issues with the company, I would rather prevent them from even trying to bill me for the future items rather trying to get all of that back. So you know what I mean? If I'm paying, let's say if I paid up $250 as a deposit, that's what happened. $250 was one-time payment, and then I'm on the deposits. I think it's $87 a month for the next 23, 24 months. So if I already have them planned out and already on my schedule. But if let's say they charge you $250, right? And in the first month they charge you $87, you're only out about $330 or so. And then if shit hits the fan that first month, I technically can call them and legally can issue them some kind of notice saying that, hey, you cannot bill me anymore. So for me, yes, it's still a battle, right? It's still a hassle, it's annoying, but at least they should not be, from that moment on, they should not be charging me any more money. So that means I'm only out 330, let's say, or if it happens in the second month, right, then it's going to be what, 160 plus 250 is going to be about 400, about $400, right, plus or minus. So you're out only those money. You're not out the whole $2,000 technically. But if you're paying up front a $1,950, if shit hits the fan, you have to fight for the whole amount, at least, some of it. You pretty much have to get your money back somehow, and you know that's annoying as well. If you watch the videos, again, please do your research. Please watch the videos. It's not a lot of videos. It's if it's your health, if it's your teeth, right? Teeth cannot grow back. So with that being said, I figured I would rather pay $400 extra, but at least I know where I stand with them, and I know that I'm not going to be begging anybody for my money back. Also, I think there's something to this where they don't think I'm on the hook with them, so I'm getting a different service. Now, is this true? I don't know. Again, it's my assumption, but I'm going to read off everything that I've experienced with them so far. And I think there's a very, very good chance that the experience that I'm having is because I'm not on the hook for $2,000. I'm only on the hook so far. This is I think they're going to bill me second time now, just a few couple of days now. They're going to bill me for the second month. So technically on the hook, I am right now only for 2 months in and a deposit. So literally $400, not $2,000. And I think that's why I'm getting a different experience. And again, maybe I'm not. Maybe everybody else is getting the same exact experience for $2,000 that they already paid. But unless you write and you let me know in the comments, I don't know. Again, this is just my conspiracy theory. I'm one of those. So let's kind of lost my track of thought right now. But yes, so I think because I did not pay, I'm not on the hook. I'm getting a very, very pleasant experience, which I did not expect, by the way. Just the way I saw all the reviews and all the videos, I did not expect such a beautiful and nice experience. So let me read this off. I'm going to tell you the whole thing. So, right, I went to the studio. I did not give them my credit card. I was like, no. I was expecting them to not even bother with me, not do anything, just because I did not give them the credit card. So maybe there's a chance that I'm not even going to follow up with them, right? Or follow through with the whole thing. But no, everything was fine. I left the studio. Everybody in the studio was very pleasant. Maybe they did not get anything out of me, and they were a little bit disappointed because, again, they don't have my credit card. They don't owe me anything. I don't owe them. They gave me a little gift bag. I showed that on the first video. Go back and watch that. A little baggie, which is awesome. And then, which I did not expect, and I don't know if this is, again, if everybody got this or if this was some kind of extra incentive, or I'm just looking at the schedule here, making sure that I'm on track. So I don't know if it's because to get me on the hook because I did not pay, or was it just an extra incentive for everybody else and I was not special at all, but they also gave me a $25 gift card. It was an e-gift card online. You just registered and you can use it for $25, right? So I also got that, which I did not expect. They talked about getting like the whitening kit, which is like in that little baggie, but nothing about the gift card. So that was an awesome, awesome bonus, right? So I left. I left. Everything was pleasant, and I forgot about it. Uh, I'm reading off. So May 18th was the first time I had the appointment at the 3D studio, right, where they actually scan your teeth. So everything was nice. Again, go back and you're gonna watch the first part, which talks about my experience in the physical studio. May 18th was the visit. May 21st, you guys, I got my projective smile. So I got my 3D plan of how my smile should look. And literally 3 days later, that's like they do promise in within 72 hours or so. I did get that. I was pretty okay with it, right? I was okay with what they gave, the little drawings or the 3D drawings, the twisting, the plan when you click play and they're going to show you how it should be in whatever months you are on. I was okay with it. I was expecting that maybe I'm gonna get the things that you might not want to. So the little black triangles between the teeth, right? Depending on the shape of your teeth, it has nothing to do with the aligners or the companies, whether it's Invisalign or whether it's Smile Direct Club. It doesn't matter. It's it depends on the shape of your tooth, right? So May 21st, I got that plan, and that's when I'm supposed to decide whether I want to proceed, right? I did decide to go for it, and then just see what happens, right? Still cheaper, and I think that's why the reason people. That's the reason why people do this, is because it is cheaper than Invisalign or other options. So I paid $250 right away. I paid $250, and then it was $87 every month for 24 months. So it would start, let's say, next month. So it happened on May 21st, and I think they started me off June 11th was my first payment, and it would total 2350 $2,350, and I went for it. 28th, you guys. So it's 7 days later, not even like a full week, or the business days, right? If you count the business days, from 21st, I got my smile. 28th, I got my tracking number. Holy shit, you guys. I was expecting, they tell you 3 to 4 weeks, blah, 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 right? I was expecting to get these June, I think it was June 18th that I was expecting to get them. And we're going to talk about when I got them. But May 21st is when they tell me, oh, you should be getting them soon. May 21st is the smile, 28th is the tracking number. 28th, obviously you couldn't check, or because they don't update the same day. June 2nd is the date that they got delivered. I was expecting them, like I just said, June 18th. They got there on June 2nd. I was not prepared for that, just because I already planned out my life. I figured, oh my God, I'm going to start June 18th. I still have a long way. And when I got them on June 2nd, I'm like, holy shit, this is real. I have to start them now, right? I mean, nobody's telling you not to, to start now. You can wait, but I just wanted to get them sooner rather than later. And I don't know why I waited this long anyways. As soon as everything opened up, I should have done this so that, with the masks and everything, nobody would even see anything in my mouth. So let me just check some. Okay. June 2nd, I got them. June 3rd, I got an email where you have to register them. I got an email where you have to register. And I have to say this, by the way. Let me see if on the... Yes, so this is my timeline. This is it for now. I have to say, throughout the whole process, they literally emailed me almost every single day. And it wasn't like annoying stuff. Yes, they send you an email where they sell you shit, right? Like toothbrushes and stuff, which is overpriced. But it wasn't in the bad way. They would email and say, hey Val, like, we got your payment, or hey Val, there's a tracking number, right? Then they send me another email and they're like, oh my God, they're on their way. Then they send me another email. So they were very nicely following up with my process. So they were on point, step by step, every single moment. So I always knew what was happening, what was the next step, right? So June 2nd, I got my items, got my box. And then June 3rd, I think the next day. I got an email link where you can register them, and you can register them so that you can keep track, right? I don't think they have an app. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they have an app for an Android phone, which is what I have. I do not do iPhones, so I couldn't download the app, and I was worried about that. I thought I would have to do like manual, and put them in, like schedule myself. But no, you could do it actually online. So you can do it through the email. So there's a tiny little dashboard that they send you, and you can follow up. If let's say you missed or you forgot a day or two, you can put yourself on schedule, and then they email you. They email you the moment that you need to change your retainers. So at least if your aligners, excuse me. So if you check in your email, or I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm also getting the text messages as well. So if you're not into the email, I do get a text message saying, hey, it's up, the time is up, you have to change your aligner. So let me show you what's in the box. And I'm going to talk about what I would need beforehand, what I bought so that I'm ready. I watched the other videos as well, and those are very helpful if you want to do that. Let me show you what's in the box. It's a little bit different from other people. Which I noticed, right? Just a few items, not the whole thing, but I'm gonna show them to you anyways, depending on how old the videos that you watched, right? So I got the box. The box, as always, as everybody showed it, it's huge. It is huge. I'm holding something. I need to put it back so that I can show you. Again, the box came super quick. I was shocked. Yeah. Let's go getting started. I keep thinking like I forgot something. Okay, so this is the box. Beautiful. I was worried that it would come in the same box. It didn't. It came like in the cardboard box, and then this box was inside the cardboard box. So let me show you. This is the box. You open it up. They have a little envelope here where you have all the items. They just explain to you what's in here. A little pamphlet. What else is here? Things are falling out. I don't think there's anything serious. Little pamphlets. I'm gonna break this. Oh, everything's falling out of the box. Technically, I did not even read this, right? You can read this if you're not familiar. I did so much research that I knew what to expect. So they gave you this brochure, aligners, and premium teeth whitening. So they blah, blah, blah. They talk about this. They do try to sell you things all the time with the emails, but you don't have to buy it. You can just ignore the emails. So let me put this back. Now, what do you get in the box? You get a little, you get another lip balm, right? I got this in a little freebie bag that I got in the studio when I went into the studio. A little heavy to hold it up, but okay, we'll do this. No. Okay. I was trying to see how I can. Okay, here you go. This works. So, little lip balm. I just don't want them to fall out. I got the case for the aligners. It is magnetic. A little rubber thing here, like everybody else, and then on the other side you have the mirror. I did buy another one, and I'm gonna show you to you. I'm not really using this. I'm not sure why I should. But it just stayed here. And then this is the difference that I saw. I only have 2 pens, right? I only have 2 pens. I did see some boxes have 4 pens. I think it could be because of the plan. I'm on a 4 months only plan, so it's one of the smallest plans. I think this is like the shortest plan that you can be on. So I think because of that, they only gave me 2 pens, right? If I was maybe 9 months or a year and a half, I'm guessing that they would give me more pens just because of that. You get a little nail file. I think that it fell. Yes. So mine was swimming in the box. This, you can pull this up and you can look inside there. This is where this was sitting, right? I first thought that they forgot to include it, but then I kind of was digging around and I finally found it. So you get a little nail file you get it to file down the liners if you need to. And then I also got this, I just saw it somewhere, this handy tool. Now, it's 2-ended. I don't know if you can see that. Yes. There you go. One is for the bottom part, one is for the top. I have to be honest with you guys, I did not use this at all. I'm on first month into the second now, so I'm on aligners number 4. um, I'm not using this. I tried to use this a couple of times. I'm not comfortable with this, to be honest with you. I do not. I feel like it's pulling too much when I don't feel how much it actually takes. What I mean by that is that if I'm using my hands, I'm one of those people that um, do that. I do my own makeup, right? I do my own makeup, and I'm one of those people that I need to feel it. I need to feel it with my hands. With this, I'm not feeling it. I don't feel how much I'm pulling down or pulling up. And I was terrified. I was terrified to do anything with my teeth. So I do it with the hand. I just very carefully. I have nails and I pull little by little, right? I'm more comfortable with that. I feel when I need to do a little bit more, pull a little bit more, or where I need to stop and just take a breather, right? I also don't like the fact that you can, on one side. I don't think you should be yanking on one side. It should be both sides, right? But again, I'm not feeling it with this tool. So I'm always doing it with my nails. Do my nails get a little fucked up? Yes, they do. But I would rather the nails get broken or a little bit, eh, than my teeth, right? My teeth are more important. They cannot grow back when my nails can. So I'm using my own hands, and by now it's fine. But I do use my nails and my fingers to feel the aligners when I put them up and put them down or pull them off. Then we have, oh, then we have. I already used these up. So these are the free, the fizzies, the little tablets to clean the aligners. I just got a few. I think it was maybe 6 at most. I think it was 6. Um, you have to buy them right away. And I'm gonna talk next. I'm gonna talk about what you need, or what you need before you get prepared, right? Um, I actually want to talk about this, right? I'm lucky that I did not have to file, not even one. Um, and I'm gonna talk about it when I talk about aligners. Not once did I have to actually file any. So I don't know if it's my mouth, I don't know what it is, but not once. And then you get these things, and these are mints where you can munch on to, first of all, for freshness, and then to get the proper fitting on your aligners. I'm not a big fan of this. I would rather they have um, what they did originally, those like little foamies, rubber thingies, where you bite down. These are not. Obviously, they want to make money, right? So those um, spongy things that they had before, where you reuse them, you could reuse them. They want to make money, so now they have these little mints. They're not as strong, at least for the job, or at least what I feel. They're not as strong. I don't really actually use them. I'm gonna talk about that later on. I don't even use them. I bought similar ones. You can buy them on Amazon. The ones that they had before this, before the mints, they had these kind of like foam rollers, like a big foam roller, but it's for the teeth, right? A little bit different texture. Um, I'll talk about it as well. You can buy them on Amazon ahead of time, and you can be ready. For 4 months, this is enough. I don't think it would be enough for somebody who has a longer plan. I wish they would stick with the previous one, but everybody has to make money. So, and we're coming to the aligners. You get this little notice, and then you get a line. There's like one by one, as you can see here. You get the aligners. Each one is in a little bag. They name and they tag the bag. So this is it, you guys. This is the whole box. Very nicely packaged, huge. Yep, I was surprised a little bit about the pens. I have not used them. I have not used the bag that I got at the studio, and I have not used these. So I'm gonna put this back, and we're gonna talk about what I bought or how I got ready for the aligners. Let me set this aside. So I wanted to be on the go. Sometimes I have, things I'm running around, so I sometimes do have to take them out. I got this little baggie. This is Anastasia, and I just wanted something really small, but something that's convenient and looks good, right? I don't want to be like walking around with this is some kind of ugly looking bag with my mouth stuff, right? So I found this. I had it lying around, and I was like, oh, this fits perfectly. So I'm going to show you what's inside. Um, so I went ahead and on Amazon and I bought extra cases for my retainers. They're almost as similar as the one that you saw, the purple one. It has the magnetic closure. It doesn't have the mirror, but I don't really need the mirror. I'm feeling it. And it doesn't have this rubber thing, right? It's just a plastic. You can wash it. Has a plastic layer. That's it. So we have the retainer. All of this fits in here. I'm just taking everything out of the bag. I have the Sensodyne toothpaste, which this is not a commercial. I just like it. And then it's like a child size. So I'm gonna need to find a similar size soon, very soon again. I have a very old bottle of a Biotine mouthwash. I just, buy the big bottle and then I just add something in here just so that I have it in my little baggie. I do have these flossers in case I'm on the go. So this is my like on the go bag, right? If I'm in a restaurant or if I'm traveling, this is always in my bag. I have a little toothbrush, travel toothbrush from Rite Aid. Again, very convenient, just simple stuff. I did buy electronic toothbrush. Sometimes it's a little bit too much for the sensitivity. Like my teeth are very sensitive right now, so I'm not using it as much, even though I bought it right before the whole plan. And then I also bought these. So these are like those fizzies, but I'm not buying from Smiles Art Club. I think it's a little bit a ripoff. They're too expensive. All of it, right? The foamy things, if you buy them, I don't use them either. I did buy them, but then I was like, no, I'm not using them. I returned them. I found a better way. But again, it could be just a weird me using stuff that should not be used. And maybe somebody's going to tell me, oh, you can't do that. Well, I'm doing it. It works for me. But I use these, I go through these super fast because I'm anal about the aligners being clean and not have anything. I did notice with my aligners, because I'm wearing them, even though I'm cleaning my teeth every single time. If I'm eating, I will never put the aligners back on without brushing my teeth. Even if it means 5 hours without aligners, right? Even if I'm not putting them back for the next 5 hours, I would rather not put them back than put them back with something that will create cavities. I'm pretty sure though, FYI, I was not expecting it though. I'm pretty sure that I got eroding enamel on some of my teeth, and I think it's because there's less oxygen. And again, I'm brushing my teeth religiously. I think it's just my teeth maybe are more sensitive to this whole process, and I started noticing that some of the places the enamel erodes faster than it should after I started these actually. So this is not always like this, right? I might have always had an issue, but it wasn't as fast as it is now when I have my aligners in. So this is it, you guys. I'm going to show you. It's empty. All of this fits in there, right? I always change these as soon as I, have a few left. I change them up again. I add a few more. And then we have the flossers, the fizzies, the toothbrush, the little mouthwash, especially sensitive light. I can't do Listerine because it has alcohol in it. I love this because it doesn't. But I don't put it when I have my aligners in. So, right, I have to take out my aligners first. We have the toothbrush, and then we have the case. So, this is it, you guys. All of this fits. All of this fits in here. And I just, I'm not embarrassed to take this anywhere with me. The baggie looks really cute. I mean, you could use any bag, really, right? I'm just using this one. But it fits here nicely. If you take out the retainer case, it's even thinner. But this is it. This is my bag. I always use it anywhere I go. Let's talk about aligners. I think I've talked about what you need. By the way, I was expecting it, right? I was expecting it, but I would say get some food so you're ready. I would say applesauce for me was helpful. Applesauce. I would eat bananas, but I would chop them up as little as I could, so that I don't have to bite down. Sometimes your teeth are that sensitive that it's kind of unpleasant. Nothing's gonna you know, nothing, unless you're biting something hard, nothing's gonna happen if you bite on banana, but it's better when there's already small. I would say applesauce, bananas, and soups. I'm not big on soup, so for me it was pretty much applesauces for me on the first couple of days. Now let's talk about aligners. If you can, try to put them on at night. The first one was the worst. The throbbing. I finally realized how the little babies feel when their teeth coming in. That's the feeling, right? That's the feeling. The teeth throbbing. At the point where I did not want to even take them out the next day, right? When I was thinking, oh my God, I'm not gonna eat tomorrow. I would rather like fast or something, for the day so that I don't have to take them out. But I did want to take them out just because I wanted to clean my teeth, especially that whole thing that I have about enamel going away. I felt like you technically can leave them on, but there's bacteria that builds in your mouth overnight. So I still wanted to take them out just because of that. Even if I was not eating, I wanted to take them out, brush my teeth, and then pop them back in. Let's talk about aligners. I was lucky where I did not have to file them, not even one. So I'm on aligner number 4 right now. And I did not, let me just check, make sure it is aligner 4. And I'm going to put them in with you guys. I don't have them now inside. Let me just, yes, aligner 4. I did not have to file them. I'm lucky. I don't know if it's because I have a big head, and because of the big head, maybe my jaw somehow is bigger or something. I don't know, so it's not in the way of my tongue. But I did not have to file them, did not have any sores. God bless. Thank you for that. When I put them in, let me talk about the aligners. I put the notes in so I remember every single one. So, first aligner. I started, so I did not want to wait until June 18th. Remember, I got them on the 2nd, and then on the 3rd, I got an email saying register your aligners, which I did. I put them on June 4th, which I did at night. The night is better. You get 8 hours, at least 7, 8 hours of sleep in them. There are some people that said, oh, I put them in, but they hurt, so I took them out. It's okay to take them out like the first day, maybe 20 minutes out, so you can bear through the pain. For me, it was worse. I actually kept them on because I felt like if you're taking them out, you're not getting used to them, right? You're gonna keep wanting to take them out. Now it could be because if you look at my teeth, I'm gonna come a little bit closer, not too much, but you'll see that I don't really have like serious issues, right? It was just 2 teeth really that I had an issue with. I have a little bit crowding on the bottom. Again, you could see the part 1, and I showed my mouth a little bit there. But if you haven't, I'm gonna come up a little bit close, and you can still see a little bit crookedness. But my issue was the top 2 on one side, where my wisdom teeth moved the whole side of it, and they just became crooked. So it could be that my issue is not a huge issue, where I have very little fixing to do. That could be the reason why I did not have as much pain, even though I did. But I can only imagine if I'm going through what I'm going through, I can only imagine how people that have serious issues with their spacing or crowdiness, I don't know how they handle the pain. It's so let me come up a little bit close, and then I'm going to talk about each liner, and I'm going to tell you how they felt, right? So can you see it? Oh, watching the camera. So my issue was, if you see this tooth right here, and then this one. Oh, it's this one. It's this side, you guys. This side, these 2, right? It's a mirror image. So I have some crowdiness on the bottom, but it didn't really bother me. So I know I'm gonna have some black triangles. So let's talk about the aligner. So I put in the first aligner. I was supposed to finish, by the way, 4 months in. I'm supposed to finish September 24th is my due date. It's been pushed back, by the way, which I don't have a problem with, but I'm going to talk about it, why it happened. So first, aligners, I put them in on the night, I wear them a little bit longer than a week. I wore them a little bit longer than a week because I felt like I didn't want to rush. I know people have problems. They had problems where the teeth were moving too fast, and they were freaking out that the tooth was turning dark, or that there was some nerve damage, or that they had to get a root canal. And I was like, screw that, right? I'm not going through that. I would rather wait a little bit longer for the teeth to move rather than rushing the process. So that's why, even though my estimated finish date was supposed to be September 24th, I am now currently, I'm only a month in, and I'm currently estimated final date is in October, sometime in October. And I know by the time I get to second month or third month that I'm going to be November. So probably, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll finish around Christmas, possibly, the way I'm going, right? And I would rather take my time. It's my teeth. I'm not rushing anywhere. I would rather take my time and for the have the teeth move comfortably without rushing them and losing them. So I'm taking a little bit longer than what they tell you. So for example, my first aligners, they tell you to hold them for a week. I think I held them for a week and a half. Once I felt comfortable, or I felt like the aligners were popping out with these or no issues at all, then I would switch them up, right? And I would always come back to the website Smile Direct Club, and I would always switch the date that I put them in so that I'm on schedule. So first aligner, there was no pain, a little bit of throbbing, like it was annoying me, but nothing huge. And then it was for the first 3 days. After 3 days, it starts to get more comfortable. It's harder to pull them out, obviously, than to pull them out, brush your teeth, eat, and then pop them back in. It was always easier to pop them back in. Sometimes it felt so bad that I felt like, oh my god, they're gonna break, because I was not used to this. I've never had braces, so this was very new to me. Let's see here. So they were cut nicely. I never had to shape them, no filing. Let's see here. And for some reason, I had more pressure on my bottom teeth, even though the whole reason why I did it was because of my top teeth. But I figured if they're going to be changing my jaw or the way my teeth sit, I figured because they were like they made me bite down on it at a studio, so maybe they're changing my overbite. I'm guessing, and I wanted them to match kind of. So let's see here. I do want to mention, by the way, that if you're expecting them to cover your whole mouth, they don't. They only cover, so they skip. I would say if you don't have any wisdom teeth, right? Forget the wisdom teeth. I have them taken out. With that being said, the aligners do not cover the last tooth and a half. So if you want the last tooth to move or the tooth before the last one, they're not moving anywhere. Their liners do not cover them. They only stop a tooth and a half before the last one. So, second aligner. Again, I started them at night just because it felt so much better, and you had the whole night, and I could fall asleep with no issues. Again, it was throbbing, but nothing serious, no serious pain. So I felt pressure now on the top one, and I felt pressure on my canines, which was not good. Oh, that was not pleasant. Let's see here. Second day, they were sensitive, a little bit more tender, and even worse than the first. I would say the first one was okay. The second was more painful than the first set of aligners. Again, no filing. I did not need to file them either. The third aligner, again, every single time I waited. I never kept them for a week if it said a week. I always kept them a little bit longer. The third aligner was supposed to be for 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. The bottoms were fine. The second day, a little bit of throbbing. And then, let's see, but it wasn't as painful as the second one. And I wrote these down. Now, I do want to mention the second one, I had a problem where I popped the top, but it was not going in. And I'm like, oh my God, there's something wrong with them. Something's happening why I'm not able to fit them in. I took them down, I pulled them out, and then I tried it again. Please do not push or pressure your aligners. If it's not working, take your time. Don't freak out. I know sometimes we want to get them in and being impatient. Take your time with them. If it takes you 30 minutes to put them in, please take your time. Put 30 minutes in, and I'm not kidding you. One of the aligners, I thought they were not going to go in. Try different ways, right? Don't over push or try to fit them where they don't fit. What I mean by that is my second aligner, the top one, I kind of put them in, but they were just not going in, not going in at all, halfway in, right? And the pain was just, I was like, no way, this is normal. So what I did is I took them down, I took a breather, I'm like, okay, let me go drink some water. I had some water, and then I tried the other way. So what I mean by that is sometimes I tried to put them in at once, like as a set on the top, but when I realized that it was not going in, I tried to put it in on one side, and one side was a little bit more difficult than the other, on the top portion. So I put one, and then once I got the one side of it, then the other one just slid in very softly. So try to see if there's a different way that you can put them in. Maybe not the whole thing. And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you my own experience because I was freaking out myself as well. I did not know what to expect. So, I tried to put them in one setting, right? Like line it up and in there. And sometimes it wouldn't. So sometimes if I put this in, this would not come in at all. I would just, then I tried the other one, and I'm not saying it, I did not have any uncomfortable feeling, but at least they got in, right? This was my second aligner. I do want to mention, by the way, yeah, I'll mention it later. So third aligner, not as painful as the second one. Again, no filing needed. My fourth aligner, which I am currently on now. I don't have them in. I'm gonna pop them in front of the camera just so they can see. They were not as bad. I actually have to tell you. So before the fourth aligners, I had the 2 week aligners that I kept for 2 weeks, which was a third aligner. So I don't know if they prepped me for the fourth aligner. When I popped in the fourth aligner, I think it's moving my main tooth, which I wanted to move, which is technically we're a month in. I think that's what is happening now. I did not have any issues popping them in, but when I went to sleep and I woke up in the morning, I was taking them out, and I felt they were very, very tender, maybe more tender than the usual ones or the previous weeks. So there's some kind of movement that's happening now. Again, I'm not using that little toothpick. I do everything with my hand. I need to feel them. Let's talk about, I talked about the money. I talked about what's in the box, what you need beforehand. Food wise, I did talk about that, and putting on the liners, how it feels. Yes. So did I keep them for 20 hours, or I think they say 22 hours? I did not. I'll be honest. Majority of time, yes, I did. But my first week was the worst. What I mean by that is that the first week, there were times when I would have like 4 hours that I did not have my aligners in. I did I needed time to get used to it. And maybe that's why I actually waited not a whole week, but I waited, let's say, a week and a half or 2 weeks before I popped in a new set of aligners, because I knew that my first week I wasn't as good with keeping them in. Now that's what worked for me, right? Because of my schedule, it was not happening. I did not want to put my aligners with not brushed teeth, and I do have little crevices where the food would stick, so I did not want to chance that. I would rather go an extra hour without them rather than messing them up. So the first week was the worst. Sometimes I would not have them in for 4 hours. That's at most 4 hours. Otherwise, I was all good. Second week it was a little bit better. Maybe from 4 hours it went to 2/3 hours. Third week I was on point. Maybe I don't remember, but maybe there was one week that one day that I did not have them in for, let's say, 3 hours, right? But I started being on point now, and every time pop in, pop. Like I said, I have this bag, very convenient, no matter where you go, even restaurants, no excuse. So I'm pretty good now by, I would say, week 3. Week 3, it was on point. So I do try to keep them 22 hours or 21 at most. I mean, at least 20. I mean, you get what I'm saying. So I try to do my best not to take them out for too long, so that I actually finish the process. What else is there? What else? I think that's it, you guys. There will be a third part where I'm gonna show you my progress, I guess. You're not going to see a big difference, but I'm going to talk about how I feel and my review in general about the whole experience. It's going to be a while, just again because I'm pushing back my deadline, or I push back my completeness, my complete day, because I'm taking a little bit longer than maybe it should, but I would rather do those extra days and keep my teeth, right? I did talk about the erosion of my enamel. Some places do have that, and again, I don't know, maybe I'm just too sensitive, maybe it's something with my health, but I am strict on brushing my teeth before I put the aligners. So it never happens that I do not brush my teeth and my aligners are in. So I know that's not the reason. I think maybe something with the fact that there's no oxygen at night and, just they stick there. I don't know, but I do have that issue and I'll have to fix them once I complete the process. I'll just, cover them up or something or have the fillings done. I did buy the wax, the dental wax. Again, I did not have any issues at all, so I do have that in handy just in case. I do want to mention, I'm going to put them in and I'm going to show you how I put them in. So this set, again, this was pretty easy for me. Let me show you the aligners. They just fell down a little bit. Okay, so this is my bottom. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm gonna pop them in, and then this is my top, and I don't know if you can see this. Let me show you like this. Maybe you can see where it overlaps. I don't know if you can see this, right? Let me see. I'm actually not seeing it anymore. Yes, it's right here. So this tooth right here, you see that? It overlaps here and then it overlaps here. So this was my two main teeth that I wanted to fix, but I had to get the whole thing. So let me pop these on. Again, there's really nothing to see here just because I already washed them. I brushed my teeth and these popped in very easily. So, but I just wanted you to see something, what I do. And again, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Maybe I'm not doing the right thing, right? But it just feels right to me, saves money. To each their own, right? To each their own. So here's the bottom. You hear the click. I hope I did them right. Let me see in the mirror before they stay in there. I mean, it feels good, right? I don't know. Okay, yes. So they're good. And then the top one. And here's the top one. Okay. Now, so here you go. You can't really see anything. Now, what I do is this. I'm going to show you. You're supposed to take these foamy things or those mints, right, that they have. Now, for me personally, the mints don't work. They break, and once they break in half, you really can't do squat with them because they're tiny little pieces of mints. Now, I tried to use the mint. One time I tried to use the mint. Depends on how bad they pop in, right? If the aligners are having a hard time coming in, you're going to break the little mints and you're going to be stuck there with still space there. And so it doesn't work, right? Now, you can buy those foamy things on Amazon. You can buy them in advance and you can just have them handy. I still don't like them because you can still put too much pressure. So what I do, and let me show you. Again, I'm not telling you to do this. This is what I do, though. What I do is, instead of putting something in my mouth where I don't have control over, or I don't know how deep or how strong it is, or how much I'm pressing down, because you don't want to press down too much, because first of all, you can crack them, and I haven't had an issue with it, but you can. Or you can somehow push up into your gums, and that's not healthy either. So let me show you what I do is, don't ask me how I don't know how it came to this, but this is just what naturally came to me, and I always trust my intuition, and it works for me. So every time I put them in, and if they need a little bit help coming down on the teeth or coming up on the teeth on the top one, what I do is I bend my finger and I just use this to bite down. So let me show you. I bent it and then I bite it. So it's the same thing. It's technically the same thing as you would use the foam rollers or like little chewy stuff, or if you using the mints. The reason why I do this is, first of all, because it's free. The mints break easily, so there's really no, for me there was no point to even use the mints. I don't need the breath, the freshness of the breath, blah blah blah. I don't need that. I needed them to actually help me push these down, right, and up. Also is the foamy things. The foamy things, I read reviews as well that people were not happy with them. um, I bought them. I just never used them for some reason. And then again, the hand, same reason why I'm pulling them or I'm taking them off with my hand or with my fingers or with my nails, because I need to feel what's happening in my mouth, right? This helps me feel what's happening in my mouth. The idea is you need something to put them in, right? To get a proper fit. Who cares what you do it? I use my finger because I need to feel out what's happening there. And I feel how strong I bend it. Now, if you put your finger like this, that's going to hurt. For some reason, this part does not hurt me. It just works. And again, I just, I just bite down and they go in. It doesn't hurt my finger, if that's the question. I feel totally fine. But I feel more comfortable with that. I don't press too hard. I feel how much pressure I give, and everything goes in. I do feel like I sometimes have a lisp, or I have to speak a little bit more slowly so that I don't swallow, like lose the endings. Sometimes I do have, I think I have a, what do you call it? Kind of like a speech impediment, right? I feel like lisp, that's what I meant. So I do feel like I have a lisp sometimes, so depending on what I say or what I talk or what language I speak on, but people told me that no, they don't notice it. And sometimes I feel like people are looking at my teeth, like, you know, like you're talking to somebody, but instead of looking at their eyes, you're like looking at their teeth the whole time you're talking to them. So I do feel people sometimes do that, but it doesn't really bother me. I don't care. But I haven't had any questions. So I think this is it, you guys. I think I've spoken about pretty much everything. If you have any questions or comments, please write below. Maybe I forgot something and I wanted to say, but I just escaped my mind. Please write below. I will answer them truly and honestly. There won't be any update until I finish, and I'm guessing I will finish sometime in November, maybe December. I'm sorry this took so long. It's almost an hour that I spoke here. Holy shit. I'm not going to edit. Every single information here is important to somebody, and I hope it helps, even if it's a little. Thank you for watching. I do have a question. Please, not a question, but like a favor. If there's going to be a, somewhere in between this video or in the middle of it, if there's going to be an ad for Smile Direct Club, please let me know. I'm just curious. I see these comments all the time that, oh my god, you just dissed them and they're like in the middle of your video. Just curious. Please write below if you saw an ad and they're just popped in here because maybe of the title of the video. But thank you for watching. I hope your journey goes well. Please do a lot of research before you decide to jump on the wagon, and I hope it goes well for you. And in a few months, I will have the part 3 video of this journey. I'll see you next time. Bye.